It's time for Insurance Unlocked with your host, Heather Arias from Udy and Associates American Family Insurance. Heather will be sharing her proven insurance tips to help you save money.
Well, hello, Heather. How you doing today?
Good. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing great. I am totally excited to hear about your proven insurance tips.
Yes.
How you're going to benefit all of our lives with some of your fantastic homeowner endorsements.
Yeah.
And I am just so glad we're starting off with one of my favorite homeowner endorsements. Yes, it's the fabulous, the ever popular sewer septic backup endorsement.
Oh, I know. Everyone loves it.
Ooh, yeah.
So first I want to start by talking about what an endorsement is.
Okay.
So in a homeowner's policy, you have coverages that are built into it, but an endorsement is something additional that you can add to the policy, usually for an additional cost. So sewer backup and septic backup, sump pump overflow is one of those endorsements.
So it's not included in my regular homeowner's insurance policy?
Now, if you were to have like a pipe burst in your house,
Yeah.
a sudden burst, water got everywhere, that's something that you might file a claim on and have coverage for. But sewer backup, you have a clog in your pipe and the sewage is just seeping into your house and you're standing in it. That's not normally covered.
Okay, so if one of the kids throws some Legos down in the toilet.
Yeah, a diaper gets flushed.
And it backs up, that is not covered in my homeowner's insurance policy.
Normally it is not covered, no. So that is why you would want that endorsement added. So you have that coverage. Because let's say you had a basement, you have a sump pump down there, you walk down there, somebody's, flushed a diaper down the toilet, one of the kids.
Yeah.
And you see it's coming up out of the toilet and everything else, you're standing in it. Your homeowner's probably not going to cover that unless you have that endorsement on there.
So is it going to cover everything that is damaged by the backup, like the carpet, the furniture?
Yes, it'll cover all of that. And there are specific limits for this. So usually with our agency, at least, there's $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 limits available. And they do have a separate deductible, however, compared to your normal homeowner's policy.
Okay, so I know a little bit later on we're going to be talking about hidden water, but I want to ask about this really quick since we're talking about it. So the kid threw Legos and diapers down the toilet. It's all backed up. And the furniture is damaged and some stuff is damaged like that. It's been sitting for a while because the kid didn't tell anybody that the toilet's been backed up. So now we have some damage to the floor and maybe the structure. Would that be covered under the homeowner's policy or this endorsement?
It would probably be under the endorsement, again, because it's dealing with a sewer backup issue. Yeah.
All right. So
hopefully you notice it and it hasn't been sitting a while. I think the smell, I think you'd notice it.
It's like, Johnny.
Yeah.
What? I didn't do anything.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, there's separate coverages for this, 5, 10, 25,000. They have their own deductible. So you could put this coverage on your policy. Let's say you want a pretty standard amount, $10,000.
Okay.
$500 deductible. You could pick four at $1,000. So when you file your claim, you're going to pay that deductible to use that coverage.
So what is that endorsement going to cost me? Roundabout figures.
It's usually around $40 a year. So it's not a lot.
That's not bad. That's totally worth it.
I suggest adding it to your policy.
All right. I will add it to my policy.
Do it.
You guys add this to your policy. It's called the sewer septic backup
Sump pump overflow.
endorsement.
It's like a little blanket when it covers all three.
Oh, and of course you are going to tell us that once we get in the office. You're going to say, by the way, Michael, you're probably going to need this.
Yes, absolutely. So endorsements are things that when we do write a policy or we sit down to do a review with someone, we like to go through them just so they know what's available and then they can choose whether or not they want to add it for the additional cost.
Sounds good.
And most endorsements do not cost a lot to add.
No, that's $40 is like nothing. It's
Nothing.
$40 a year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good deal. So how does that differ from like a hidden water endorsement? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so hidden water usually is water that's been seeping out that you don't know about. So let's say you have a dishwasher and there's a leak and it's seeping out. It's been there for a while. You're not noticing it. All of a sudden you walk into your kitchen and you step on the floor and it's soppy. It moves. And you're like, oh, that's not normal. That shouldn't be there. Chances are that's hidden water and you find out there's a leak in the dishwasher that's been sitting there. That's when that endorsement would kick in.
Okay. So now I have another question.
Yes.
This is a real life question because this has happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I was living in Orange County, California, down in Dana Point, lived in a condo, had a shared wall with a neighbor. They had some leakage in their toilet. The water from that was in the wall or something from their toilet was running over was seeping through the wall and coming in to my bedroom and bathroom, which then resulted in some delightful black mold, which resulted in the whole wall had to be torn out, and the whole bedroom and everything had to be torn out. It was a lot of fun. You know, we had the biological endangerment.
Hazmat.
Oh, the hazmat guys in there because their stuff was seeping into our wall.
Yeah, and it's all, yeah.
So would their insurance policy cover my damage, or do I need my own hidden water endorsement?
More than likely, you would have their policy cover it. Now, you were sharing a wall. Were you in an HOA, though?
Yeah,
because that'll throw a whole other twist into it if you're in an HOA.
I don't know, but let's say that I was.
Okay.
Okay. What's the twist?
So normally in an HOA, if the master HOA will cover the structure of the dwelling, you're responsible for anything up to that, and then the HOA would step in after that to do any of the repairs. So that's why there's a little bit of a twist of how that would fall. More than likely, your neighbor's insurance policy should cover any damage.
Okay.
But it wouldn't hurt to have this on your policy. Now, hidden water is going to be covering the things within your home, though. So my guess, that's a good question, Michael.
Hey, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's a good question. Also, the claims adjuster would help to determine the coverage in that situation, but I would assume their insurance would come primary.
Okay. Yeah, it was a disaster, and we didn't know it. And then the black mold started to grow inside the wall, the wall, and started creeping out. It was
now a lot of times there's a little bit of mold coverage on a home policy. It's like $5,000 worth of coverage, but there are endorsements you can add for that as well.
All right, and approximately what does that endorsement cost?
The hidden water?
Yeah, the hidden water one.
It's about $40 as well for the year, so it's not a lot.
No, so if I get both endorsements, the hidden water and the sewer septic backup thing, it's going to cost me like $80 a year.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh.
Divide that by 12, it's less than $10 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
and you're like, there's so much protection that comes with that. So.
Well, Heather, you know what? This is important. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a really short break on this podcast.
Okay.
I think we need to do like a second podcast about some scheduled personal property endorsements, something like that. But in the meantime, before we head on down the road, tell us a little bit more about how we can get a hold of you at Udy and Associates Insurance.
You can call our office at 435-251-9102. Email us at udyandassociates@amfam.com. That's UDYANDASSOCIATES@amfam.com. We also have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or you can just walk right into our office. We're right behind Wingers and Applebee's off River Road.
I like walking into the office.
Yeah,
since
you get to see people face to face.
And it's right behind Wingers and Applebee's, which makes it great.
You can eat lunch while you're there.
Absolutely. Heather, thanks a lot. We'll see you guys again next time with another exciting adventure in Insurance Unlocked.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Insurance Unlocked, hosted by Heather Arias from Udy and Associates American Family Insurance in St. George, Utah. For more information or a free consultation, call 435-251-9102.